Welcome to In the Spotlight. I'm Janelle Broderick. HCC's 15th annual Women's Studies Speaker Series featured internationally acclaimed violinist Rachel Barton Pine. She performed as part of Salon Americana, exploring the power of the arts to educate, inspire, and heal. Dr. Helen Buss Mitchell, Director of Women's Studies, has seen the series grow over the years, but the goal has remained the same.
The goals of the Women's Studies program are to restore women to the historical record, to infuse the study of women into all academic subjects so that we don't just learn about what men did or so that we can have a more inclusive view of the past, and also to empower young women to seek rich, full lives for themselves and the agency to be directors of their own lives.
After many years of inviting lecturers to the stage, the format of the series evolved.
3 years ago, we came up with the idea of exploring the salon as a women's institution. So that's where we began, and we looked at how women were conveners of salons, which were places where ideas were discussed, where the latest artistic movements were clarified, where the ideal of the courtier was established in Italy, in Renaissance Italy.
In this spirit, HCC's Salon Series brings together women from various backgrounds, interests, and experiences to explore a specific topic, followed by a performance to enhance the presentation. The background of this year's performer, Rachel Barton Pine, inspired Mitchell in selecting a topic for the salon.
So because she's American and because her focus is bringing the arts to as wide a scope of audiences as possible, we wanted to kind of explore the roles that the arts can play.
The women who presented in Salon Americana represented faculty and staff of HCC's Arts and Humanities Division. Their message was one of united admiration for the power of the arts.
So the Salonistas each represent their own artistic sensibility and its ability to educate, inspire, and heal. And the first is poetry, and we have Dr. Tara Hart, who weaves together her personal experiences and how poetry provides a larger container for very profound emotions. And then second, we have Dr. Shannon Meng, who is the head of the music department, and she focuses on her distinguished guests who come to inspire the music students. And we see pictures of their visits, and we hear stories about how students have been inspired by these really exemplary musicians. And then we have Dr. Suzanne Beal, who is the co-director of the Rep Stage Company. And she talks about her experiences both as a director and as a playwright. And then we have Fahima Vadat, who is a professor of visual arts and an extraordinary visual artist. She is going to show images of her work that deal with injury, dislocation, suffering, and the way the arts can help us hold those difficult human situations in a larger container.
Following the Salonistas' presentations, audience members were witness to the power of the arts as Rachel Barton Pine performed works for the solo violin. The performance was mixed with commentary from the musician, who was touched by the power of music at an early age.
The first really amazing experience that I ever had as a little child, realizing the incredible power of music to heal, was when I was 5 years old. My Sunday school went to a nursing home to sing Christmas carols to all of the residents, and basically the children were supposed to go around each, one room at a time and sing some of the carols that we had prepared. But I decided I would rather play these tunes on my violin, so I actually went along on a separate route, playing in each room by myself with my mom and one of the nurses along. And right before we stepped into one particular room, the nurse took me aside and said, "Don't be afraid, but the man who lives here doesn't speak, so don't let that make you uncomfortable. We believe that he is capable of speaking, but he didn't want to be moved in here, and he's chosen not to speak since the day he arrived." And so I thought, oh, this is so sad, but I'll see if I can cheer him up with my little Christmas carol melodies. And so I played for him as beautifully as I could. And at the end of the carols, he actually started crying and started talking to me and telling me about how he had played the violin when he was a child. And the nurse was crying and my mom was crying. And I realized, oh my gosh, this is something special that I have the privilege to be a part of, to use this music, to help people. And so that was one of the pivotal moments in my life.
Throughout her life, Pine has kept the core of her purpose as a musician at heart, despite her international success.
We still need to go and bring this music to as many people as we can from all walks of life. And that's our mission as musicians. We don't do this just to earn a living, just to be a job. Even if the gigs were all there and we had nothing to worry about, we would still need to go out and be among the people and do whatever we can to play our music in all kinds of different circumstances, because that's what it truly means to be a musician.
Following Pine's performance with Salon Americana, she performed a concert in the Horowitz Center's Smith Theater, presented by Candlelight Concert Society. She enjoys playing venues of all sizes.
Being able to be up close and personal is fun in a totally different way, very personal, very different than being far away on a big stage. And I love being able to do both sides of it. It really keeps you connected with remembering about music being for that person and that person and that person. And then when you are in the big hall, I always try to think of the person in the very last row and play just for them and get everybody in between caught up in what's happening.
The power of the arts to educate, inspire, and heal continually motivates the college's faculty and staff to bring great works to students and patrons. Next year's Women's Studies Salon, The Seasons of a Woman's Life, will feature an equally inspiring group of artists, echoing the Horowitz Center's 2015-2016 theme, Year of the Woman. For more information on the Women's Studies program, email Helen Mitchell at hmitchell@howardcc.edu. For more information on the Horowitz Center, visit howardcc.edu/Horowitz Center. I'm Janelle Broderick for In the Spotlight. See you next time.